Hi everyone, this is Martha. I am a relationship counselor and clinical sexologist, and it's been a while since I posted a video on my YouTube. I haven't been able to make any video because I've been away, and I ran 7 workshops in Brisbane and 4 workshops at Taste of Love Festival at Gold Coast, Byron Bay area recently. And I really just got back to Singapore on Thursday. And there has been so many things going on around the world. So many people have been infected with the coronavirus, and there have been so many people who also died as a result of it. And um, I really have been just getting my bearings when I got back, and I have been busy working with clients. So I have been shifting my private sessions to online. However, there are still people who prefer to meet me face to face. I was very fortunate because I really didn't take this coronavirus seriously until Italy closed its borders. And I realized it was not an Asian thing anymore. It was really in Italy and many European countries. And things has really escalated, and businesses, countries, airlines um, have shut down, and a lot of people are losing their jobs, and it is a very scary and uncertain time for a lot of people. I think we can all do our part by staying home. And of course, everybody is naturally saying that the coronavirus causing everybody to stay home is going to lead to a population increase. Coronavirus can be passed on to your sexual partners, and there is really no real way to engage in safer sex. The best safest sex practice is really self-sex, masturbation, and sex toy companies around the world are seeing a spike in their sales. And I guess this is very much related to my work because I think when people are not at work or even working from home, they may have more time to focus on what is really important in their lives. And one of the emphasis is what actually is the meaning of life and what actually makes me happy. What would I like my legacy to be? And I think this is a great time to work with individuals and couples who like to turn inward and focus on their relationship challenges, whether it's in relating, communicating, or with their sexuality. So reach out to me. I am available via Skype and Zoom. And yeah, I'm still around. And it's really not about um, forcing people to do anything that they don't want to do. I just want to make myself available for support. And yes, so I'm going a bit all over the place. So yes, I really didn't take this seriously until Italy closed its borders. And because of all my travels earlier this year, I was in Melbourne for 3 weeks in January during Chinese New Year period. And this was really when the coronavirus started to make news, and I wasn't taking it seriously. I went to Sydney and did my workshops, and even then, everybody was still just talking about it. I went to Bangkok and did my workshops, and this was when I started to learn that Bangkok was going to enforce quarantine of 14 days for visitors. And I missed that announcement because I was there and then I left. And then I went to Brisbane, and at that time, there wasn't any announcements of closures. It wasn't until I got to Gold Coast for Taste of Love that the Australia government was announcing that Australians, please come home, and Singapore was announcing Singaporeans, please come home. And I already knew that something was going to happen. The countries were likely going to close borders, just like Italy did. And being in Australia, I was nervous, I was scared, and I was tired because I did 7 workshops in Brisbane. I got to Taste of Love, and I was actually really tired. But I took care of myself, and with each day of the festival, my heart started to open up more and more to all these beautiful people that I was meeting. So I did my best with my workshops, and I was nervous, and with all these news happening of talk of school closing down, and the gatherings of people in Australia at a time when I went to Taste of Love was not more than 500 people, and then it dropped to not more than 250 people. And so I knew that I needed to get home, and um, I have never been happier to be back in Singapore, knowing that Singapore is taking strict measures. And when I landed in Singapore, this was in Thursday at around 2 or 3 p.m. Then the announcement was a friend of mine contacted me immediately and told me that do I need to be quarantined? Have I landed? And then that was when I found out that if I had landed on Friday midnight, I would have to be in quarantine for 14 days, and this would really affect my work. Even though I don't have to be in quarantine, I just missed that deadline by about um, 20 over hours, 24 hours or so, 24 hours plus 30 hours. Um, I I really feel that it's not responsible of me to keep seeing clients the way that I was seeing them. And so I did inform all my clients that they have the option of postponing, canceling sessions, or see me face to face. Sorry, I mean online. And so some of my clients opted to do that. And even then, I saw 8 clients this weekend, and some of them, they just really didn't want to see me face to face. Sorry, they didn't want to see me online because working with clients on sexuality and relationships is a very intimate thing, and they just rather not have the internet technology lapse in time. I did have one session where I was speaking with someone on Zoom for only 10, 15 minutes. And even then, the connection was so bad. It was so bad because I guess thousands or even millions more people are now using Zoom. And so, yeah, I'm exploring other options to do videos for creating online programs, because I canceled all my workshops for April. And one of my workshop called Sex and Sexuality 101 is a prerequisite in Singapore for my workshop, Art of Penis and Art of Vulva Pleasuring. These are 2 separate workshops. So I thought I could put Sex and Sexuality 101 as a online workshop. So yeah, I canceled all my March and April workshops. And tonight, I'm going to be doing the first ever red tent for women. So I'll be hosting red tent gatherings for women for the last 3 to 5 years on and off. And red tent is a gathering of women on new moon, and new moon is when there's no moon in the sky. And so we gather and we talk about what has been happening in our lives the past months, and what we are intending to focus on for the months to come. So it's a really very intimate time of people just being. And even though I talk about women, it is actually open to people who identify as women. So yeah, this will be the first time that I'm hosting Red Tent on Zoom. And yes, so this is a long-winded way of updating you of how I have been the last 2 weeks, how I've been affected by coronavirus. And I decided to not see my dad for the next 2 weeks, so my family and friends, because I just want to not run into any risk of passing anything to them. And being an introvert, I'm quite happy to have this downtime, having had so much travels already this year. And I was supposed to go to Melbourne in April, and I was supposed to host Roger and Tess of Curious Creatures in Singapore in May, from Melbourne, in Singapore in May, and these workshops have been postponed. So being an introvert, this is like kind of a blessing in disguise because no choice, right? So no choice, just stay at home and rest. However, there's so much work to do as an entrepreneur. There are so many articles, videos, books, um, courses that I can create. So I'm just looking at the positive side of things, and I'm just grateful for the opportunities to slow down and to reflect and to rest. Being an introvert, all these travels and all these giving of energies and helping people, holding space for people is very draining. And honestly speaking, the reason why I didn't do any videos whatsoever during the 2 weeks that I've been away in Australia is because I really want to stay present at that place that I'm at. I really want to do my best for the workshops that I run. And you wouldn't believe it. um, I did 7 workshops, right, in 5 days in Brisbane, and I really didn't do anything else other than catch up with friends and watch YouTube videos and sleep a lot, because I just want to make sure that I show my best self and I am fully rested and I show the best side of myself in my workshops. So during that time, I didn't feel like doing anything else that was pushing myself too much, and that was the reason why I also didn't make any videos, even though I could have. I just wanted to take care of myself. Okay, so um, having started to really arrive in Singapore, being busy seeing clients this weekend, and wanting to take things slower, being who I am, I my heart just wanted to do something. And I spoke to a colleague of mine, and I was talking about creating some kind of a coronavirus emotional support group. And um, I looked at what was happening on Facebook, and there are many coronavirus support groups of different countries and regions. And there's no coronavirus emotional support group for people in Singapore. So I have just created it a few hours ago, and now there's like 15 people inside. And I have put together a Google document of all the resources, like things you can do, courses that you can take, how you can meditate and stay calm, and different resources. I've put it all together into a Google document. So I'm going to post all those resources below in this YouTube link. And I just want to share this with people so that you have things to do at home. You can make the best of this opportunity. You can learn. For me, a lot of what I'm doing is still work. Um, I'm still seeing clients online, and this week will be quieter, but I still have things scheduled. I have a tele interview, so it's still a lot of work. But yeah, I'm trying to slow down and really feel into what is it that people need. I feel that having had the trainings that I have when it comes to sexuality, when it comes to counseling, I feel this desire to support people, and so this is right why I created the free coronavirus emotional support group. And of course, even though I put Singapore, it is still open to anybody around the world, and I'm hoping to keep it kind of focused so people in Singapore can better connect with people in Singapore. But that's not the reason like why you shouldn't join the group. You can still join it. It's just that I'm trying to keep the container a little bit smaller, and I don't want to be like trying to do too much, like helping people and pretending to like be this like you know, I just want to do a good job in what I'm doing, like supporting people. And so yeah, if you feel that you are led to, we are welcome to join this support group. So there's no catch, nothing. I'm just going to be holding space for people and um, try to answer every single post and be useful. And if needed, yeah, I might probably offer them a short online support, because um, at this moment when things are so uncertain and people are scared and losing their jobs, the worst thing I want people to do is feel like nobody cares, and um, that they can't afford emotional support. So that's why I'm just keeping it really loose right now, and just see how the group evolves and what people are sharing. And if needed, I have free time, so then love to maybe offer them like a free session if needed, and see how it goes. Not everything is about money, and a lot of things that I do actually is not about money, like the almost 800 videos on YouTube that I've created. And it was really nice actually to go to sorry, to go to Brisbane and go to Taste of Love, and people coming up to me and say, "Oh yeah, I've been watching your videos on YouTube, and I feel like I know you, and I really like your style, and I really like the things that you share." So it's really nice that all this time posting all these videos, and I don't have that many followers, like 3,000, and I'm not making money really from these videos. In fact, I actually get more harassment from all these YouTube videos that I've created. People calling me ugly and slut shaming me and posting really awful comments on YouTube, which I delete because I don't really want to put out negativity into the world. Like, it's enough that I have to put out this shit. I don't want like more nonsense out in the world. So there were many times that I was very affected by some of these comments on YouTube. Like, I'm not getting paid for this, but I still keep putting out this content. Like, why am I doing this? So anyway, enough of the PD party. So yeah, it was nice to be acknowledged for the work that I do with people that I haven't met, and to establish friendships really quickly. So yeah, I'm going to post the links below, and thanks for watching these videos. And I suppose in the days and weeks to come, I will be posting more videos inspired by my work, and hope to be useful to all of you. And for those of you who follow my work, yeah, I really like to thank you for believing in me and trusting in the content that I put out. I always try to be as genuine and as real as possible, including being vulnerable. And I really appreciate all of you. And during this time of uncertainty, each and every one of us can play a part in being a light in our community. And there's a lot of fear and panic. Each of us can support the people around us and our community and do what we can. So I have counseling skills, and I want to offer that up. And so that's the reason why I created this new Facebook group. Yeah, so yeah. So join me, check out the links below. Thanks for watching this video.